Education is going to continue, as it always has, in each and every classroom.
Although Mayor McCarthy made a statement last week reassuring parents that the school year would proceed as normal, the abrupt resignation of school superintendent Peter Azar last Wednesday leaves many questions unanswered.
It's no surprise to anyone that the school committee and I have had disagreements on many different points.
Does the mayor expect Azar to return? She would not discuss her relationship with him, but told Waltham Newswatch that his contract stipulates he must give 120 days written notice before resigning.
With all due respect, I don't wish to get into whether or not the superintendent still has a contract here.
She appeared not to accept his resignation during the meeting, changing the subject to contract negotiations about Paul Myrano, who has been offered the assistant superintendent's job but not signed a contract.
Now, there are a host of legal matters that I'm not permitted to get into that have
What
to
are
be
those
resolved.
legalities? The school committee's attorney, Sean Sweeney, is expected to appear at the next school committee meeting Tuesday, August 24th at 7:30 p.m., but there are signs that Azar could be gone for good. Waltham Newswatch called his office and emailed him repeatedly since he left, and he appeared not to be around. In his resignation letter, Azar wrote that his decision was, quote, effective immediately, and that, quote, I am willing to be available to support any transition efforts. Barely a promise to stay. Azar told a source close to Waltham Newswatch that he would never come back.
And in addition to that, I will write a final report identifying certain areas that are in process.
If Azar is in fact gone, an interim superintendent must be appointed. So who from Waltham is qualified and certified? John Graceffa, who has already signed a contract with Arlington Catholic, Director of Student Services Anne-Marie Carr-Reardon, and Northeast Elementary Principal Nadine Stein. None could be reached for comment. It's also possible a superintendent, possibly retired, could step in from outside. Whatever happens, two other key issues need to be resolved at the next meeting. One is Myrano's contract, and the other is the interim principal job at Fitzgerald Elementary.
Gene Gately's taking over the position on an interim basis.
Azar inappropriately mentioned veteran Waltham administrator Jane Gately in connection with that job. With only 2 weeks left before school committee member Margie Donnelly was still confident that the year would begin with a superintendent in place, adding that, quote, we have a lot going on. I hope Peter finishes the business that needs to be done, unquote. For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.